Meanwhile, in the Deprion realm, Jimin is called by the king. He already knows why he is being summoned and starts to get nervous. He stands before the king and bows. The king says, "Jimin, do you know where my daughter is?" Jimin stays silent. He doesn't want to betray YN, but also not his king. Jimin says, "She is in the Defsoli realm, sir." "What? Why? Even when I forbid her? Get her back." Guards go with Jimin and retrieve back my daughter. Jimin leaves for the underworld with a big army in search for YN. Once arrived, Jimin and his army get attacked by demons for entering their ground. Jimin manages to escape by going to someone familiar. He knocks on the door and Yoongi opens it. He enters quickly and closes the door behind him with a big sigh. Jimin says, "I thought I was a goner." "You say, Jimin?" Jimin's eyes flashes open when hearing her voice. Jimin says, "YN." He stands up and holds her hands but senses something. Jimin says, "YN, you feel different." Yoongi says, her heart is changing. Jimin says, "What?" He holds Yoongi's collar from anger. Jimin says, "You didn't bother to send her back." Yoongi says, "I tried." "Okay." He shakes Jimin off. Yoongi says, "I teleported her out of here many times, but she always came back." Yoongi says, "But what are you doing here?" Jimin says, She needs to go back. Her father knows that she is here." "You say, you guys are brothers?" Jimin says, "Yeah, sorry for not mentioning him before." He scratches the back of his head. "You say, I can't go back, Jimin. This is my home now." Jimin says, "You are coming back, now." He takes her wrist and drags her out the house. She manages to break free, but some guards stop her and force her by dragging her away. They hold her very tight until she stands in front of the king. He notices her black clothes and her black heart. The king says, "You dare not to listen to me." You say, "I had to, Dad. I needed answers since you don't want to help me." The king says, "Answers to what?" Why am I not like other angels? Why I have a black and white wing?" The king says, "Because you are special. That's your answer." You say, "But why am I special? Why me? Is it true Mom is a demon?" The king's eyes go wide when hearing this and quickly looks around, hoping no one heard YN. The king says, "Your mother is an angel just like everyone else here. Now, go back to your room." With dragging feet, she goes to her room and lies on her bed, thinking of a way out. She was thinking so hard that she eventually fell asleep. Some time later, YN wakes up by people yelling, "The king is dead." She sits up in disbelief, frowns her eyebrows while standing up and walking towards her bedroom door. She opens the door and staff are running in all directions. You say, "Hold up." She stops someone. You say, "Did I hear it right?" The staff says, "Yes, ma'am, your father, the king, is murdered." You say, "What? How? Who?" The staff says, "They caught the perpetrator." You say, "Who?" The staff says, "Someone from the underworld, ma'am. Your brother is with the prisoner in a royal room." YN starts running towards the royal room. She wanted to see the person who killed her father, but once arrived she regretted her wish. There she sees Yoongi kneel down, tied up in a rope and his mouth covered with a cloth. She couldn't believe it. Did he kill her dad? You say, "Why Yoongi?" She approaches him while trembling. She feels hatred growing inside her heart. You say, "Why you betrayed me?" But since Yoongi couldn't say anything, his eyes were. They are looking so sad at YN. Maybe he's feeling guilty. Even though her dad kept secrets from her, she still loved him. And seeing the one who she trusted so much killed her own flesh and blood, she lost it. The blackness in her heart is taken over completely. Wings shoot out of her back, but this time both are black. Her glare is so terrifying that even Yoongi gets scared. Her brother says, "YN, what's happening? Why are your wings like that?" But she doesn't reply. Instead, she flies with full speed towards Yoongi, grabbing him by his throat and smashing him against the wall. Her amulet gives off a black aura that surrounds her body. She keeps holding him like this until he passes out. She gets stopped by guards and luckily for Yoongi, if not he would be dead. To be continued.